Because our next home game is September 21st, homecoming against Baylor. Big 12 trophy behind you. That's our Big 12 opening game with the conference.
That's so exciting.
But before that, we're about to head to Nebraska, then Colorado State. So we got 2 road games. So let's look ahead to Nebraska.
Speaking of hot dog rivals, speaking of, I guess it's Red Links, the Red Links.
Yeah.
Speaking of rivals, we go to Nebraska. We're in Nebraska this afternoon.
That's gonna be
play
amazing.
the Cornhuskers, baby.
That's going to be amazing. That's a big stadium.
Yes.
A lot of fans.
Yes, man. I tell you what,
Yeah.
I am so excited because I've heard so much about their fan base, how nice their fan base is to the opponent, how loud they are, has the sea of red, and just watching so many games throughout the years at that stadium. I'm excited.
It's one of
be
the
in
eighth
there.
wonders of the world
Yes.
in college football.
Yes.
That stadium and,
Yes.
and what comes out of there.
Yes,
Man.
I mean it's exciting. Like I say, growing up watching Nebraska play through all those years, and actually going to be able to go to Lincoln, Nebraska, and be here to play that game is exciting. And knowing the rivalry between Colorado and Nebraska,
Yeah.
we're excited. So, Coach,
Yeah.
tell us what can we expect from their offense, man?
Well, I tell you what, man, they got a young pup back there, QB,
yeah, they sure
that
do.
they're really excited about, and got
He's a
the
good
chance to
player.
watch him Saturday. Yeah, he did
He's
some
Georgia
good things
boy.
out there.
He's a Georgia boy, Buford High School.
Hey, he went to Texas too, though.
Yeah, he did.
He was
yeah,
in
he's
Texas for a little
and Georgia
bit.
boy. That's right.
But he's a Georgia boy.
Yeah.
Our recruit, Trez Walker,
Yes,
who
sir.
committed to us, knows
Yes.
him very well.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Good things about him. So we got to figure out a way to bottle him up a little
Yep.
bit. And then they got some backs, man. They got some
Yes.
backs that are coming downhill, and I'm talking about breathing hard and heavy. I mean, they are some hard running jokers.
Well, Coach Rule's
so
an
I like it.
offensive line coach. So they're going to try to run it at us.
Yeah,
they're going to try to run it at us and be physical, man. So we got to have them that
They're
right.
going to do that. And big old line, and they got some receivers out there.
They got 2 big tall boys on them. They got some guys they like to just throw it down there and see if they can't go
Let's
get it.
get
So,
some
yeah.
forwards, some
Yeah.
some fours and threes,
Yeah.
for those basketball guys. Small forward and big forward out
There you
there.
go.
They can throw it too. So it's going to be a fun, interesting game, man.
Yeah.
And it's going to be an opportunity for us to show and what we can do against another opponent that's going to be very competitive.
Absolutely, and then
Right.
to go on the road too, man. Just to have that challenge and everything. But from their defensive standpoint, from offensive standpoint, they're very multiple. They're gonna give us a lot of different looks. They're gonna probably come at Shador from different ways, try to confuse him with some various blitz packages and mixing up their coverages and everything like they did last year. Last year we kind of started off a little sloppy on offense, and defense bailed us out with some turnovers. So we hoping to start off a lot better this year.
Amen.
And be ready for them. But like I said, they got a big defensive line. They got about 8 starters back from last year. They were 18th ranked defense in the country last year. So,
Oh, wow.
we got a challenge ahead of us. We got to be able to run the football more efficiently. And we just got to get the ball to our playmakers, letting them guys do their thing.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Coaches, let me ask both of you this. Because y'all were both here last year, and we played them right here in Folsom, right outside that window. And as much as college football now, rosters can flip year to year, so you could be looking at different teams with graduation and transfers. How does it still play psychologically, knowing that you beat somebody before, that you beat them last year? Now you got to go to a place. Does it help any? Is it a little air under your wings, or does it not matter at all?
Well, I think anytime you play an opponent and you've beat them in the past, and a lot of the same players are still playing for them, you got to have some confidence. Of course, then again, you got to also know that they got another year in the system, and Coach Rule is really known for the improvement he makes with his teams in the second year of the season of his tenure. So, even though they got 8 starters back, and we played against those 8 guys before, so we actually got film from last year of them being on the field against us. You still, it does give you a level of confidence, but at the same time, you also know they got another year under their belt in their system, and I'm sure they probably got a little sour taste in their mouth about it, and they want to prove themselves.
Yeah. I kind of look at it a little bit different, but I do like that, though. I look at it like, this team, like I tell my players, and I told the defense, this team hasn't played that team, because some of those players that were
That's a good
on
point.
that team that we won with are not here anymore.
That's a good
And then
point.
we got some new players here, right?
Yes.
So, we got to come in there with fresh eyes and look at everything like we've seen it again for the very first time and try to figure out a game plan with this team on how to beat that team. Now, that doesn't mean, like Pollock said here, that we won't look at some past film and some things that were happened that they did or didn't do and try to compare notes and figure out, what we can still use, what we may not want to use anymore, and go from there. But, you look at them, I always say, hey, they may remember that we won that game.
Right.
So they got a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. And I'm sure they're saying some of those things in the locker room that, hey, they got us last year. Now they're on our turf and we're going to get them this year. I'm sure there's some of that going on. Sure. But I always try to, prepare the defenses. Hey, man, y'all didn't play that team last year. It was another group of guys did. Now we got to go out here with our game plan and become 1-0 again in week 2.
And this this team's first road game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's our first road game. So
Yeah.
we've not been on the road with a lot of these players that are on our team right now. And it's interesting to see how they're going to react.
When you look at our schedule, other than the game we will play in Arrowhead, I know we're not playing the Kansas City Chiefs, but it's still Arrowhead. I don't know if there's going to be a more louder crowd for the first.
Oh,
road
there's
test,
no doubt.
No
There's
doubt.
no doubt this is going to be this will be the loudest crowd we've played in front of in my career.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, especially since we've been to Colorado, there's no crowd that's going to be louder or bigger than this crowd.
Do we know who we flying with? Are we still with, United? Is that
I'm
is that our
assuming
people?
so. I haven't heard.
Yeah.
I haven't heard.
I haven't heard. Yeah.
I mean, I know what we're going to be eating. That's the only thing I do know.
That's what I want. I'm ready for that.
I know
Can
what
I
we're
give
going.
y'all-
I
I'm
know what
ready.
we're going to be eating.
Can I give y'all a
KFC?
fun fact that I know y'all don't know?
Talk
I know
to me.
y'all don't know.
Talk
What
to
we
me.
don't know.
Y'all, speaking of eating, speaking of Nebraska,
Talk to me.
3 of us were together at Jackson State. Here's a fun fact you don't know.
Mm.
Johnny T started in Nebraska.
Oh, wow.
Is that right?
Johnny T.
I did not know that.
T's is in Omaha. Johnny
see,
T.
you got my
himself-
mouth watering now
Johnny
because
T.
now-
himself is from Nebraska.
Is
Wow.
that
Came
right?
to Mississippi to play tennis.
So
Oh.
you got my mouth watering now
Yeah,
thinking
so-
about Johnny T's pregame meals.
We might be getting some Johnny T's.
Oh, I already know what I want. I already know what that means. I already know what that
He
means.
got a location in Nebraska.
That's
That was
what I'm
his
talking
first one.
about, man.
Bring back some memories. though.
Yes, sir.
Shrimp and
Some
grits.
good memories. Shrimp and grits.
Grits.
That
the
pasta,
sausage
that
in-
little
the
pasta
pasta
sauce.
thing with the
Ooh,
sausage
come on,
in it.
man. And little steak strips.
Oh, did they ever get back to us on what they do for their football games? What snacks they eat? Meals they eat?
Oh
the
yeah,
fans?
they liked. First of all, they liked all of our choices. They liked all of our choices.
Yeah.
And
It's hard to argue with
It,
people.
I mean,
it's
come on, man. Like we hit a home run. Like
Those
we,
are classics.
I mean, we just basically laid out a platinum album. Speaking of Jackson 5, we laid out a platinum
That's
album
what we
of
did.
snacks. I mean, that's what we did. You
Now
know?
that's just some weird stuff.
Yeah.
Who got some weird stuff they eat? Like, well, okay. Let me not offend nobody. Not weird, but out of the ordinary.
Different.
Yeah.
I tell you what,
eccentric.
since we
Something that's
offended the Irish, and
I didn't offend
and,
I didn't offend
and
the
the-
I know we.
and the first college football game this year was in Ireland. Is there anybody out there that what would a good Irishman eat on game day?
I bet it's potato based.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. But I know what you're supposed to have for St. Patrick's Day. You're supposed to have roast beef and cabbage and all that kind of stuff. I'm talking about game day. If there was a big soccer game in Ireland, what would y'all eat? I know what they would drink. They drink Guinness because Guinness beer started in Ireland.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be some Guinness.
I read that. The
Stout.
dude that made Guinness, invented Guinness, is from Ireland. I read that.
Okay.
So anybody come with me about that, I done read that. I done checked my facts on that one.
We should drink Jack Daniels then here in America, right?
Yeah.
Like, it should be
Kentucky bourbon? Tennessee, that's Tennessee bourbon.
That's Tennessee. Oh, look,
That's
you
Tennessee
just stop-
whiskey.
look, you-
Y'all go
look,
again
there
offending
you go.
folks. That's
There you
Tennessee
go.
whiskey.
That's Tennessee
That's
whiskey.
Tennessee whiskey.
Tennessee whiskey.
Speaking of, what Coach, I've never looked this up. What is the difference between
sweet
bourbon
I
and
don't
whiskey?
know. Bourbon, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but from my understanding, bourbon has been aged longer
Okay.
than whiskey.
Okay.
So whiskey and
That
bourbon
makes sense.
have ages on it, but
That makes
bourbon is
sense.
supposed to be a little bit finer because it's been aged longer.
Okay.
I've always been a whiskey guy.
I got
Jack is my friend.
There you
So
go.
is Jameson. We talk all the time.
Jameson's
about.
it's an Irish whiskey. There you go. There you go.
So we talk all the time.
You might have some Irish in
because
Yeah.
no, well, I might.
I
Who
think
knows?
his name is Andre O'Hart.
I'm a black Frenchman. Why y'all laughing? I am a black Frenchman. It's Andre with the little
You do have that thing
over
on
the
you,
E.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the French. That's the French side of it.
I got you.
I'm a black
I got
Frenchman. Yeah, yeah. It's in my heritage.
with you.
I got
I'm
it.
with you.
But yeah, I just think that's what the difference between whiskey and bourbon. Now, for you guys that are more connoisseur than I am, if I'm missing something, please let us know so we can get that corrected on the air. But I do know that's part of it. Supposedly bourbon is a little bit finer because
Okay.
it's been aged
They're gonna
longer.
let us know. They're gonna let us know.
That's
gonna let us
right.
You know, there is, it's called Laws, and the bottle is called Ralphie. There is a sponsor here that makes a whiskey bourbon for CU.
I got one.
Oh, wow.
I got one.
I didn't know about that now.
Yeah, it's got.
That done made me sit in my seat.
It's a really good. It says Ralphie on it. I saw it at the liquor store, and I got one. And I put it on my case at home
Yeah.
because of that whole bottle, man. I haven't opened it yet. I haven't tried any of it, but
Yeah.
but I think I like that. I
Speaking
did
of
like
Ralphie, she I tell you what, she played. I mean, she came out before the game last week, kind of like we came out, and then she finished kind of like we
Yeah,
finished.
she walked out the gate.
She kind of walked out the gate.
I was gonna say that, but I ain't
She
want to offend
kind of
nobody.
she kind of walked out the gate, and then she hit that curve, and she saw that trailer,
and she hit.
and she hit another gear.
She did.
She hit about 2 more gears.
She did.
She was kind of galloping out there to start off with, and she was really trying to hang that right, and they were pushing on her, and they about got her trained that she got to go to the
That's how I'm gonna be when
They
we
gave
get on
her
the
a
plane.
little head start too. She normally
Yeah.
starts in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, I noticed they were bringing her out a little, because I noticed that, and I was like, they don't normally do that.
Yeah.
I said, I know what they doing. They trying to give her a 10-yard head start. But we had the over-under set at 47.5-yard line, and she went under. She was at like 46 1/4.
Is that
and she
right?
made that hard right.
Well, I was gonna say something, but I ain't want to offend no Ralphie fan. But it looked like she looked tired there. But I'm gonna tell you,
She
when
looked
she
tired.
ran
She ran that corner.
when she ran that corner, that's how I'm gonna be about that plane.
Yes.
It'd be some good food
Yes.
on that plane.
Yes.
If y'all ain't never took a trip with us, you gotta understand. We get on that plane, they feed you, right?
I
Feed you
guarantee you
good.
they'd never take a trip.
And they got
Yes.
snacks. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you land, you play the game. We get on the plane that same day now, for
They
those
got
who
more
don't know.
food. Oh,
and
yeah.
we get back on and they feed you again. Oh, it's the most beautiful thing in the world.
Well, speaking of feeding, let's feed them this. Y'all decide who goes first. But I need 3 things about the Nebraska game that we would have to do defensively and offensively to get out of the win. So give me your 3 things for this game.
Okay, you want to play rock scissors? Who go first? Play rock scissors? 1, 2, 3. You cheat, dog. You cheated. You gotta.
1, 2, 3.
You cheat. I won right there. There you go. That's how you win. That's how you win. You ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Okay. 3 things we're gonna do. Again, communication. Quiet defense is a dumb defense. So we have to communicate. Guys, when you're tuning into this game, you should see a lot of signals on the field, a lot of chatter between the players. All right, you got to do that. The next thing is we got to stop the run. We want to stop the run, stop the run, stop the run. They saw our game last week. We started out slow, didn't stop the run very well. So this week we think they're going to try to attack us that way, and we got to stop the run. The third thing, create turnovers. We got to create turnovers. We have an explosive offense. So we need to create turnovers to get it back to our offense and let them do what they do best. We got 2 backs that are great. We got a quarterback that is outstanding, and we got receivers galore. All right, and we want to put the best show in college football on the field as much as possible. Okay, as the big brother defense, we want the little brother to shine. If you're talking about the Jackson 5, they Michael Jackson, we gonna be Jermaine. That's how we gonna do it. All right, we do those things, I think we win this game.
Michael, literally.
Show Liz, ain't that something?
Hey, the girl is mine. What can I say? Anyway,
Good. That was good. That was so good.
seriously, we've got to handle the crowd noise, especially on 3rd down. We know they're going to be loud. They're going to try to cause confusion with our communications. We've got to be locked in. And, you know, the biggest way to handle crowd noise is to be great on first and second down, not get yourself in third down situations, because they tend not to be as loud on first and second down. And if we can be great on first and second down, be really positive with our offense and not put us in tough third down situations, we're going to be okay and handle the crowd noise. You know, we got to be more efficient learning the football than we were against North Dakota State. We got to generate some ground. Of course, Shadour's going to get his, the receiver's going to get theirs, but we've got to be efficient in the run game. And you know, I don't really have a number in terms of how many yards that means. What that means is this: is when we have a fair fight run. In other words, when we have the numbers that matches up with their numbers, and we're trying to run the football, we got to get hats on. We got to create lanes for our backs, and we got to hit the hole.
Yeah.
You know, and then finally, you know, we've got to eliminate and be great with the turnover battle. We got to win the turnover battle, and you know, just just handle that the right way, and I think we'll be okay. If we don't turn the football over, I feel really good about our chances to win every football game.
You know what, though, speaking of turnovers, I really think we need to look at this. If the quarterback throws the ball and it bounces off a receiver's shoulders or something, or they tip it and it falls, it should be a turnover for the receiver.
You know what?
I don't think it
felt
should
bad.
count.
I really felt bad for Shadour, because that is, you know, in his career, I don't know if anybody knows this, in his career, that's the first turnover he's thrown in the opening game of a season.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's the first interception he's
fluky.
thrown, and it was a fluky one.
It was a fluky one. But I just think across the board, we got to look at that.
I mean, listen, I'm going to tell you something, folks. Since he was a freshman, this is his fourth game he started as an opening game, he's thrown for over 1,500 yards. And he's got like 13 touchdowns and only one interception.
He set some type of record. They said it over the announcement.
100. It's
100 touchdowns.
Is
Yeah,
it 100 touchdowns?
Yeah. Which one was that?
The one to Travis.
Was the one to Travis? Which
wow.
one to Travis? There was three of them.
Back in the end zone where Travis toe touch.
Oh, the one where
Toe touch.
the one. Okay, the one in the far end zone down there.
Colorado.
Where How about the dang catch though on the 101st touchdown? Wow.
That was, I mean, I don't even know.
And I didn't even know all the background of that until I saw my
Did you
man
see
Neely's,
how he had his hands
content.
behind this thing? Like, behind,
like-
the dude was all in it.
Did you see the
He was a
content?
part of him.
Did you see the timeout before?
I didn't see
Did you see the
time.
time? Look, you got to go to Neely's content.
I'm gonna go see.
The conversation between Shadour and Travis right before that catch happened that's pretty good stuff.
Phenomenal.
That's
So in a
phenomenal.
nutshell, Art, when they first tried it, Travis was severely pass interfered on.
Yes.
Ref called it. You know, Travis didn't catch the ball. They have a discussion about it, and Shadour is like, catch the effing ball. Like, I don't care about no pass interference, catch the effing ball. The play you're talking about, Travis was severely pass interfered on, no flag,
And he
he
caught the
caught
ball.
the effing ball.
Yeah.
And he comes back to the huddle like, I ain't want to hear his mouth. Because he told me I got to catch it no matter
Yeah,
what.
yeah.
So I made sure I caught that one.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
That's a
Iron
good stuff.
sharpens iron.
Iron
No
sharpens
doubt,
iron,
man. No doubt. Hey,
That's what you stated.
when you got competitive people on the field together, sometimes, you know, tempers are going to flare and things are going to get said. But you know what? In the end, we all trying to win.
That's it. That's it. I had a last question for y'all. You know, us coaches, we get into coffee, drinking coffee.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What's a good, I don't even know the brand is. I'm going to bring it by here the next time we on air. It is this coffee that is so good. It starts with a C, like in a yellow box. I don't know
Oh,
what
I
it's
know what
called.
you're talking about. I know exactly the kind of, it's got like yellow with the blue writing on it.
I think so.
Yeah, I
believe so.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We got
I can't think of the name of it, but I will.
Yeah, we gotta get some more of that coffee. But what coffee do y'all drink, and how do y'all drink y'all coffee? I'm just curious. I'd like mine black, straight black.
I like mine with a little cream and sugar.
He would.
I like mine with some cream and sugar.
Yeah, creamy shit.
Well, Coach, hey man, we got to wrap this episode up, dog.
Yeah,
we got to go take care of the Cornhuskers.
We gotta go. We gotta go see the Cornhuskers, man. Go to a great stadium and a great crowd against a really, really great team. And hey, let's get after it, man. This
Let's
is what
have
it's
fun,
about.
man. Let's get that W.
That's it.
Till next time, the whistle.
The whistle.
Peace.